are live. This is the pre-game show for the Arsenal Watford game. 2 weeks away. Mahir, my co-host, my friend. Gunded News. 2 weeks away. You ready for football?
Oh yes, perfect. It's been a never-ending international. The same old with any international breaks. Boring, no football, but it also does give us a chance to spend a bit more time, with our family, outdoors. Doing the things that we also love doing aside from football.
Yeah, we're happy football's back, but yeah, I hope everybody spent some time with their loved ones, went away, did something, did renovation in the house, something like that.
I mean, like for example, it's uncle duties, and I mean, I love it. Even though you do come back from a hard day's work, but I look forward to these type of things. Especially just seeing the look on their faces, man. I mean, makes a person happy. It's when I'm the happiest.
All right, so we have Noe in the chats. Thanks for coming in, Noe, joining us for the pregame show. We're all looking forward to 3 points later today, and the lineups will be announced in about 20 minutes from now. So we'll get into that. We will announce the lineups live on this pregame show here. Join us also after the game. We're going to have a few guests coming on. So this we're going to do a pregame show and a postgame show.
Yeah, right. It's said to be a jam-packed show. Quite exciting, exciting times, eh?
Yeah, for sure. So bad news. We got some bad news recently. Lacazette is out for the rest of this month.
Yeah, unfortunately, until the start of next month, and I mean, we're really gonna miss him. It is a massive blow. But like I say, the youngsters, Ray, I'm sure you'd agree with me, and Noe and everybody else. Shout out to them. That we're gonna miss his hold up play and his physical presence on the pitch.
Yeah. So with that in mind, Mahir, what kind of team would you put out if you were the manager, you were the coach?
Okay, our goalie is our number one, Bernd Leno. And then I'm going with a 4-3-3 with um, David Luiz and possibly maybe like a Rob Holding or Callum Chambers, Kolasinac on one side, and Ainsley Maitland-Niles on the other side,
Mm-hmm.
Torreira and Guendouzi,
Yeah,
or Joe.
two players who have to be in the team after the North London derby.
Exactly your point.
Torreira
Exactly our
needs to play in that defensive midfield slot ahead of the defenders.
and Guendouzi, also to provide a little bit extra in the midfield.
Yeah.
Then I'm going with Ceballos playing behind our striking force, which, like we've said, is going to be somewhat new. Reese Nelson could possibly stake his claim for the left wing, since Aubameyang is going to be playing up front and Pepe is going to be playing on the right hand side.
And we have an opportunity then. Aubameyang gets a chance to play up front in his preferred best position.
I mean, Ray, wouldn't you agree? He actually loves playing centre forward.
Yeah, he is at his best up front, centre forward. So I'm expecting a few goals from Aubameyang today, at least one. And we would like Pepe to get off the mark as well.
Most definitely.
Um, yeah, Reese Nelson gets a chance in your lineup, and this is
I
not an
mean,
official lineup yet. It will be announced in 15 minutes.
even the likes of Joe Willock possibly coming in our midfield, I have no problems with that. I don't understand why he was dropped for the game versus Tottenham, which I honestly, I'm still angry. We should have taken that game. We really should have taken that game by the scruff of the neck, especially because considering the intensity of a North London derby. It's one of, if not the biggest derbies in the world.
Yeah, so this game is very, very important because in the context of the Tottenham and Liverpool game, if we don't win today, we take 1 point from the last three games, which is not good. But on the other hand, I hear we have an opportunity to win today, and given the results from yesterday, most of them didn't go our way, but Manchester City surprisingly lost at Norwich. We have an
Shocking.
opportunity to go into third place if we better what Everton are doing today so far.
So essentially, we're going to give our predicted score line in a moment. But essentially, like you say, we would love for Pepe to get off the mark. Aubameyang maybe minimal, maybe 2 goals. I would love that though. Like to to make my weekend just that tiny little bit better.
Yeah, Chelsea. Just looking around the league, Chelsea had a very impressive win yesterday. Um, those young players, Tammy Abrams, you got to give him props. He's done quite well, taking his chance. 7 goals now this season.
Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. But one thing we as Arsenal fans shouldn't do that Chelsea are doing is Tammy Abraham, for example, have a fantastic game, right? He will bang in quite a few goals. And the next thing you know, they will slate him. They'll use these racist. It's a footballing issue in general, but like as much as we hate Chelsea, there's no room for racism in sports, especially football. There's no
Yeah,
racism.
yeah,
Should be
yeah.
no
Definitely is a bad thing, a society thing. It is not a football problem. It is a society problem. So no,
unfortunately.
no, he has gone for a 2-1 win today.
Okay.
And I we have given you Mahir's predicted lineup. I will give you my predicted lineup in a minute, just to lead up to the official lineup that we will announce as well. So Noe also said he was so shocked when Manchester City lost, he lost money. And Noe, let me tell you what I was doing. I was doing some work in the garden, and I came in and I couldn't see the score line exactly because the score line was a little bit obscured on my television. I actually thought it was that Manchester City had scored to draw 2-2, and I was shocked at the end when it was revealed 3 goals for Norwich and 2 goals for City.
You say you were doing gardening. I was on uncle duties. So I come back from home quite late, from work quite late. I got home, and I didn't have really any energy. I wanted to watch the games, and eventually my cousin phoned me and he's like, "Whoa, what?" I was like, I mean, what happened?" He says to me, "Norwich are 1-0 up." So I'm like, oh, "Okay, it's 1-0. You know, City or
You know City, yeah.
goals or minimal four." Then he says again, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! What is going on?" I'm like, "Don't tell me Norwich scored." I'm looking at the scoreline, getting a notif. Look who just joined us! Shout out to him as well. You know who it
Hi,
is.
Alex.
Our good friend. It's
Alex has
Alex.
gone. Alex has gone quite bold in his prediction, his score prediction today. He's gone for a 2-1 defeat, which is, he's calling it the way he thinks it's going to happen. So we got to give him credit. Um,
It's
yeah.
quite
So
bold.
so
But
listen, Norwich away from home will be difficult. Did Liverpool play Norwich away from home first game of the season,
yeah, and
or was that at Anfield? Either way, it was a difficult game for Liverpool.
Norwich nearly got away with the result coming from that game, which
Yeah.
was
So
crazy to think about. No,
there's not going to be Pookie seems to be a really decent striker as well. He's not just had that really good August. He's starting to score goals, and be a very effective part of the Norwich team. But you will have a difficult game in Norwich. But let's preview the Watford game. And what do you think about the new manager? Will Watford have that bounce from a new coach?
Look, it's very possible. The boost or the oomph that they say comes from having a new manager.
Yep.
Maybe a change of mentality in the players, a changing playing style, different formations being used with a lot of players being used in maybe not their natural positions or different type of positions on the field. But if you ask me personally, what I think of it is, we just spoke about this, and it's actually quite funny that this manager that they brought in now was one of their former managers before they brought in the last guy, if that makes any sense.
Yeah,
And a lot of Watford people, I mean, a lot of Watford fans and supporters also thought, they never understood that. I mean, he got him to a high place finish, a FA Cup final, which unfortunately they lost to Man City. I mean, even I was backing Watford at that time to go on and win it because for these smaller teams, these type of competitions mean the world to them because
yeah,
maybe back 10 years, 20 years ago, it wouldn't have mattered because they had like a history, but all these small silverwares, it adds up to, it adds up to something very big for these fans being able to go to the likes of a Wembley and being involved in a final
yeah.
and
And
win, possibly
Watford
win.
Watford were a very good, decent team last season. Very one of the stronger mid-table teams. They did go to Wembley and put up a good show against Manchester City in the final, right?
Yeah, it's predictable, you know.
But
Uh, well, because, for example, even with us, I mean, we could go into this match expecting and being like, oh, we're going to thrash them, which certain fans do say so, being a little bit unrealistic. But we ourselves could get thrashed if, the likes of a David Luiz or Socrates or anybody, they make a stupid challenge, give away a penalty, it goes 1-0 up. They counter attack, it's 2-0 up to them. And then we've got an uphill battle.
yeah, shout out to Alex. Who we all know what it's like. You got to go do the shopping for the game, get bits and pieces, get some milk. So shout out to Alex. He's still checked in with us while he's on the bus on the way to shopping. So
Pretty
thank you,
much.
Alex. But Pookie does look like the real deal so far. But let's get into a question from Alex. How are you feeling about Ketia scoring again for Leeds when quite possibly he could have been on the bench today?
Um, you want to answer the question first?
Yeah, I'm a little bit gutted. He could have gotten enough playing time with Arsenal, I think, this season. But obviously, it's going to benefit him. He's playing a lot more for Leeds. He's already scored 2 or 3 goals. And I do understand that he set up the second goal as well because he was fouled for a penalty. And so he's had a big impact already in the game today, uh, with Leeds going 2-0 up. I'm not quite sure what the latest score is or what the final score is, but Nketiah is a very talented player. So we could have definitely used him. Our season is going to be long, and we could definitely have used him. What do you think, Mahir?
I also think so. We kind of we discussed this in one of our first episodes of our second season of this podcast,
Yeah,
and we basically said if something does manage to happen to Lacazette or Aubameyang, who else would we have? Since we sold that a while back, I mean, we had to sell Welbeck. I mean, we had to sell Welbeck. He wasn't good enough for us. He did provide a few good goals or crucial goals, but he wasn't that guy. They say that guy well, but he wasn't really
wasn't that guy?
that superstar that
Yeah,
guy that Aubameyang or Lacazette is.
he was
And
Welbeck, and we're talking about Welbeck now, right? He's
Yeah.
probably going to play against us today. I've just realized.
I suppose that's a few of us a little bit worried. Troydini's missing out to injury, and it's the usual suspects. Cathart will be in defense. I don't know. Does the Kore play for Watford, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
The Kore, Andre Gray, the usual suspects. But I don't. To be honest with you, I'm not really, really worried.
Alex, thanks for coming to watch us. Three,
Alex,
3-0.
appreciate the support, my brother. Even though you're on a bus and can't hear us.
Yeah. Everybody who's on a bus right now should watch this pregame show.
Oh, fantastic.
Well, listen, the teams are going to be announced in 4 minutes. So, Noe, yes, we want to highlight you, Noe. Thank you. You know, from the
Come on.
start, yeah. So I'm kind of speechless, Noe.
Your
So
co-host.
we started this, and we're gaining subscribers as we go along, and watch this space. We have exciting times coming down the line. Today, next week, the week after. It's only going to get better and better. So uh, proud of our subscribers, all of them that have signed up for the first team, and I'm really happy that you're with us, Noe, on this journey. We're fans just like you. And our story is we decided to get something going. And yes, some people don't like our channel, some people love it. So if you love it, watch it. If you don't love it, go watch something else. And that's the way it is, really. And we're fans like you. So very, very happy that you said that, Noe. And part of the reason why we do this, Mahir, is because of comments like that. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, definitely.
speak to Gooners all over the world. You know, it's sort
All
of
of our welcome to any opinions, any comments. We've just had positive feedback so far. We've had one troll, but I mean, that guy supported. He's
yeah,
like some,
yeah,
like for example, with like even myself, I watch I watch this other channel with on YouTube. It's a podcast, and he's doing live watch along games for Banter FC. And it's absolutely hilarious to get into the comments once there's a meltdown. I mean,
yeah, yeah.
oh,
Generally I don't troll other people, but I welcome trolls because that means we're growing. You know,
exactly.
so bring it on. Listen, I'm going to give you my team before the teams are announced in 2 minutes, and we will announce the official lineup in 2 minutes. But I'm going to go for three at the back, five in midfield, and two up front. And this is the way I think Unai Emery might set up as well, combined with the way I would probably do it. Um, so the three, well, obviously, Bern Leno is in goal. The three at the back would be Socrates, David Luiz, and Rob Holding. Our two wing backs are the established wing backs of Ainsley, Maitland, Miles, and Kolasinac. Torreira and Guendouzi had a great game last week, so Torreira and Guendouzi stay. Uh, Ceballos played very well when he came on in the North London Derby after 60 minutes, turned the game around. So Ceballos is going to play there, and obviously going to play Pepe and Aubameyang up top. So, um, Alex, yes, we have spoken about the predictions. I'm still waiting to get a few people in, but Mahir and I both go for a 3-0 win. And we've got Ralph's in. Ralph is 3-1, and you are a 2-1 defeat. So, yeah, we'll get into that. But any quick words to say for the game? It's going to be. How do you see the game turning out, Mahir? It's going to be a little bit rough in the first 20 minutes. those Watford players are going to want to show their coach.
Look, from what I say, or what I think, we could go there. I'm just confident that there's going to be goals galore. And if we're on the front foot, maybe I like you said, 20 minutes is gonna be tough. But once we settle in,
Oh my
look,
God!
I would love for us to go all guns blazing, man. Like I
So
don't think.
Mahir, let's announce the team. It's
Okay, let's go.
it's a diamond, a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond.
4-1-2-1-2.
Yeah,
Okay.
Bernd Leno in goal. Ainsley Maitland-Niles with Kolasinac.
Okay.
Socrates and David Luiz is the four.
Okay.
Matteo Guendouzi, Mesut Ozil, Granit Xhaka, and Ceballos. So we got Ceballos and Ozil in the team, and obviously Pepe and Aubameyang's going to be up front.
Sorry, who are natural wings?
What?
Who are our natural wings? Who's there in the midfield again? Tobias Ozil?
So the midfield is Ozil with Ceballos. Ceballos is
Okay.
going to play the 8. Ozil's going to play the 10, flanked by Guendouzi and Xhaka. No room for Torreira.
No, I don't know about no room for Torreira. I mean, I don't agree with again the Xhaka. Oh man, I don't know what to say to you about this guy. He must have something on Emery. Truly, if there's a mistake today, I am going to be absolutely fuming. If there's going to be a mistake today, if we're going to
Yeah,
end up losing this,
yeah.
Ray, I got no words. I got nothing to say, bro.
Granit Xhaka, he keeps fade with Granit Xhaka.
I'm tired. Can you not give a chance to our lineup that includes either Joe Willock or Reese Nelson or what you gonna just said now? Why can't we play? One of our subscribers just said now 4-4-2.
That's what I think Noe would like to see.
Anyway, guys, let's be positive. Like your host always says, this guy, yeah, to this side.
Um,
Let's be
uh,
optimistic. No, no, no. This guy, yeah, this guy.
uh, can you
Let's be
see
optimistic.
Ozil? Can you see Ozil and Ceballos? I can see Ozil in the team because we don't have Lacazette. So Ozil might even play in the 10 position.
Um, I pray. Let's see this work. Let's
Yeah,
see a
let's see.
clean. Let's see some fight because let me explain something to our subscribers. These games are the ones that are going to make your whole entire season because the top four race is going to be very tight, I feel, this year. And if we are not going to capitalize on playing Watford and playing, like a Norwich, even though it's going to be tough, we'll get there when we get there. But these games are must win. As soon as they get into that tunnel, they should realize it all rests on games like today.
We're going to see what happens. Yeah, we're going to see what happens. Obviously, the coach is keeping faith with Granit Xhaka, and Torreira seems to be the odd man out now. What you thinking about the captain that is going to be announced next week? Did you hear about that?
Is it still a possibility?
Is what still a
Pardon?
possibility?
I say is so it's just going to be one captain announced
I
out of five people.
I really don't know if it's one captain or if it's the fifth captain. You know what I mean?
See, that's
Irrespective,
something I also need to look up on
who would you
because
pick?
I'll yeah. Um, lead from the back, Socrates.
I would pick Bellerin, and I think it's timed for when Bellerin returns to fitness.
Look, I can agree with you on that. Lead from the back.
Yeah.
Have maybe even one of the youngsters showing the more experience or the old heads as they call them. Um, like just give them that boost, man. We need somebody to lead the lines. Let everybody cool off when they need to cool off. Like, listen here, Torreira, just just stick to your position. Don't bomb forward. Let Guendouzi do the running, or you know,
So there's
we've
clearly a
actually said
couple
like
of players. There's a couple of players I'm noting here are not quite in the favor of Unai Emery. One of them is not Rob Holding, but Callum Chambers, and the other seems
I
to
mean,
be Torreira. Callum
you can
Chambers
keep.
and Torreira and Nelson. And you could go further and say Willock.
I I don't know what he's thinking right now. My man knows is yeah, got it news. You're right. To be honest with you, sometimes you can't anticipate what the coach is thinking because he's like literally make or break for him. So it's already make or break for him, depending on the season. Even though I mean, really honestly, he's only really had 2 seasons with us, or what, a season and a half.
Yeah.
And if he's not
Dude,
going to make the right decision,
one
he's going to.
final question, Mahir, before we leave this
Okay.
pregame. Um, do you think that we won't see Unai Emery's best team? We can't judge Unai Emery until we get Tierney back, Rob Holding back, Bellerin back, and Lacazette back in October.
Um,
We
yeah,
can't judge
personally,
Emery yet.
not yet, unless there's like drastic improvements from now until then with the current squad that we have, the players who are missing for a reason. But yeah, personally, I don't think so. If it's on to your question, I don't think so. We'll see his strongest 11 being put out until Holding, Tierney, Bellerin come back.
Okay, folks, let's see what happens. We're going to go and watch the game now in the next hour or so. We will come back after the game is done. We're going to have a post game podcast. We will have special guest Andrew from Dial Square to Where. We will have Richard from Arsenal TV, and we'll have James Rowe. Um,
Richard.
so join us then. Let's hope for 3 points by here. Hopefully, Aubameyang and Pepe. Really would like to see Pepe get off and running.
And maybe 2 goals from our guy, our striker, Obama Blood Clot Yang,
Yeah.
slotting in goals.
All right. Until then, come on, you Gunners. Let's get 3 points. It's going to be very, very important. We want to capitalize on Manchester City's misfortune yesterday and jump jump up 4 or 5 places to third place. We can do this. All right. We'll see you on the post game show. Much love to everybody. Be safe and enjoy the game.